How are we going, everyone? Welcome to sunny Melbourne. We got to 10 degrees today, or 11 degrees, and it felt like 5, it said on the bomb. So we've got some crazy weather ahead of us still. We've got high winds and a lot of rain. We need the rain, definitely, don't get me wrong. We need the rain, but we don't need the bloody wind, that's for sure. And we need warm temperature as well. So I'm standing in front of our peach and nectarine trees. These are the ones, I sprayed these ones with colloidal, didn't I? Yeah. These are the ones I sprayed with colloidal. I'm losing my mind here, but anyway, you can see we've had leaf curl on it. I've picked off a lot. I've dropped a lot on the ground, but the wind's taken a lot of that away itself. So a lot of the damaged leaves, as you can see, dried up. We've still got a little bit more coming through. I haven't had the opportunity or the right day or time and weather, I should say, to spray this tree again. But look at the fruit. So it's holding its fruit pretty well, considering still a lot of damaged leaves, but nowhere near as bad as I expected. Although a lot of the bad ones blew away. So it's holding ground. If you got peach and nectarine trees, in the past I used to use bluestone copper sulfate, or in our case it's a plant health enhancement kit, plant enhancement health kit, something like that. That's the bluestone based fungicide, but you get it in separate parts and you can mix it yourself and you get the true value of what the fungicide is when you do it like that, rather than getting it pre-mixed and the ready to use stuff. They're different, you know, make it yourself. So if you want to spray it with that, that's fine. That's what I used to do. I think I might do it again next year, like to alternate. I tried the colloidal, maybe my timing wasn't right, that's why I got leaf curl, but at the end of the day, it hasn't lost its fruit, and we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 fruit on this one probably. Let's go and have a look at this one. We're also going to quickly prune a tree, and I want to get your advice on it. Not my advice, your advice. So when I do prune it, I'm going to do what I think I'm going to do with a tree in a minute. Let me just clean this one a bit. I'll clean this after. What I'm talking about is pruning a plum tree or pear tree I've got. There are a couple of those trees that I allowed to keep growing, unlike what I've done with all my other trees, kept them down, pruning them in summer and then cleaning them up in winter. These couple of trees, in the early days, they had their prunes. Come along and I'll tell you the story. But last year I didn't prune it. So I let it go in summer. And this is the result of it. You can see how high it is now. So by comparison, I mean, this one we cut down. You can see we cut this one down. It's already got a new growth on it. And in the middle, it's starting to fill out. Now, my pear trees, unlike the apple trees, have been slow to start fruiting. And this is the first year this is fruiting, this tree. Mind you, it's 4 years old. And I'm fine with that. Meaning, if you want fruit from really young, that's fine. But don't expect a lot of fruit. And most times you'll find that the tree will try and fruit. But if it's not completely taken to the ground, if those roots haven't hugged the earth and connected to the fungi in the soil, it's going to struggle. It's going to struggle to hold the fruit and actually grow properly. You know, if they do take well, most times you'll find them fruiting in the first, second, third year, which is good. But monitor the health of the tree as it goes through that, because you don't want it to go backwards. Well, this one here, 4th year, fruiting, and we've got dozens on here, and that's more than I think I could handle in one season, to be quite honest with you, which is fantastic. So that had a cut. It's already got its spring growth there. There's going to be even more in summertime. This is going to go straight up to the sky. It's already starting in the middle. So monitor things like that. You can pick a few leaves off here and there. Sorry, not leaves, branches, if they're crossing over or a little bit too overcrowded, so it doesn't get damaged, especially with the high winds, because as those branches sway around, they'll start rubbing and open wounds. Now that one there, any fruit, give me one fruit. When you don't prune properly, I don't know, it can't be just the pruning. You would think that this tree would actually fruit regardless. You know, with all the efforts that I've gone into it, very little to be honest with you, but with all the feeding, don't worry about the weeds. With all the mulching, don't worry that it's blown away. And with all the fertiliser the birds and the dogs have eaten and all that, it would fruit, but it hasn't. Now, this hasn't fruited. This hasn't fruited. Oh, it has, here. So this one hasn't been pruned either. But this has got fruit up there. So look at the problem now. This is the old growth, it's become the structure, the framework. You'll get fruit off the sides eventually with the smaller side laterals that grow like that. But these branches that I should have cut down here are fruiting now. And if I cut it here, maybe that fruit would have been down here. Huh? You reckon? Like that one over there. See, That hasn't got fruit. This has got fruit, but it's up here, way too high. The bulk of it is. There's nothing down here. Absolutely nothing. It's on the one side. There you go. All right, I'm 6.5 foot tall today because I've got my high heels on. This is where I have to cut it now. Like that, it's sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice the fruit up there. I'm going to keep the fruit down here and sacrifice all this fruit. Now, my question is this the right time to cut it? I don't know. I don't normally do this. This is my first time cutting a tree in springtime like this with a lot of fruit on it, with the thought process that will it keep its fruit, will it shoot again and not feed the plants or feed the fruit? You know, there will be a lot of growers out there saying, what are you doing, Vasily? What am I doing if I don't pick? Well, I can still reach it. Should I just leave it and then cut it after we harvest? Oh, is that what you want me to do? Okay. Well, you know, the family has more power than anything else, really, especially the kids, folks. You know, when they say something, mum and dad listen. Well, this mum and dad tried to listen. So do we cut it? Oh, by the time you answer me, this video would have already been uploaded and broadcast, so I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to sacrifice half. I'm not going to keep them all. It's too high for me. I'll tell you why, because if this fruit's here well, comes summertime, you know what's going to happen? We're going to get another couple of meters on top of this, folks. And then I'm going to have to cut it down here again, which means it's okay, because at least I'll get the fruit, huh? When logic prevails, you win. But in this world, logic doesn't always prevail. And in my world, there's very little logic left. So we just do what we think is going to work for us. We're causing no harm to this tree, really. At the end of the day, the only thing I'm concerned about is that the tree will revert to growth and not feed the remaining fruit it has on there. But then again, if the tree was struggling, because not all trees are super healthy when they, growing really well. Sometimes you've got an unhealthy tree, and it comes summertime, you can see it's struggling and wilting. And before it's even put on its new growth, you can get out there and give it a prune, and there's no harm. So when I asked you earlier whether you want to prune it, or should I prune it now or not, well, at the end of the day, the longer you leave it, the harder and the more work you got to do. The only difference is, you'll be sacrificing some fruit, as I am in this case. You know what the problem? I could have. Why did you just tell me to prune that tree? That's got no fruit on it. And now that we started on this one, I may as well get rid of the inside stuff. See all this upright stuff? Can you see it? All this? There's a few in here. We really don't need them. They're going to go straight up to the sky. And when they get to the height, as they have here, they start to bush out. So it's trying to become a little tree of its own. See that there? No good. I mean, it's good, but not good for this situation, because the tree's too vertical already. So let me just cut them down for now. I'm not cutting them off completely, meaning straight flush to the ground. Just taking the bulk of it out for now. Then I'll clean it up once I can see in here a little bit better. I've got a couple of little ones here. I might just cut them a bit shorter. That's going, look at that, straight up. Don't need it. I can cut it shorter, just like that. And just leave it for now and do the same with these ones. Just dock them. If they misbehave, come back and cut them off completely. That's gone. Really crazy time of the year to be pruning a tree like this, huh? Well, if you've got a problem with your tree, folks, and your tree's doing this and you forgot to prune yours, like I purposely left these ones, remember that. I'm doing this as trials, not because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's actually, I don't know what I'm doing now because I've never done it like this. Well, I probably have and I can't remember. But my point here is that I'm doing it now as a trial. An opportunity for you guys to see. For those who need to prune a tree and don't know whether they should prune it now or not, well, you got till summertime to prune it regardless. And summertime's pretty much the ideal time after you harvest. And you allow the summer growth to come through as well. But if you're eager to see results earlier and you've missed out on pruning, well, sit back and let's see what results we get on this. We have got fruit. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 18, 20, 23, 25, at least 30 or 40 pears on this side. Oh, there's more on this side too. There's plenty. So I've got plenty of pears on this tree. And this prune that I've done now to see if I can compensate the height and allow the tree to open up and keep its energy for the fruit. Let's see if it works. Sometimes trees, while they're still growing in that growth spurt, even irrespective of whether they've got fruit on them or not, if they're still pushing growth on and you prune them, you trigger them to continue growing. You want it to settle down, have a little bit of size on fruit like that. And then when you do a trim, be it all, let's say it's only a couple of branches here and there, it shouldn't shock the tree into a regrowth. It should continue doing what it does best and actually improve and intensify the quality of fruit you get. Well, let's just sit back and wait and see what happens. And that's why I didn't prune that one, because it's got no fruit, so we've got nothing to really gain out of that. I mean, if I prune it, it's just going to regrow. We know that because there's no fruit to harvest or nurture for it. So, yeah, if you've got a tree like this, well, just wait till summertime to see what happens in case you don't want to prune it, and we'll see the results, and that way you'll know exactly what to do next time. Now, I'm going up to South Australia, Daveron Park, to deliver another truckload of goodies to Dom and Phil. Pop in there if you live in that area there, folks, support them because they're a lovely couple. They are a lovely couple, and a beautiful garden too as well. And this Saturday, I'll be at Red Hill with Jill and John, straight after 3AW Radio, talking gardening on Saturday and Sunday. But Saturday, in your diary, Red Hill from 10 onwards. Come down, say hello, and check out their gardens to die for. Vasili'sGarden.com is where you'll find everything you need for your garden and supporting our community outlets. From me, Vasili, Maresi.